No, hopefully that just didn't get me banned. At least I didn't show the game, and it was only like 10 seconds. We're good. Anyway, welcome back. We are now watching what is this? The fourth? This is the fourth playoff game of the season. And the Eagles and Niners, actually, they're showing right now they already had a little bit of a tussle during pregame warm-ups. So here we are, Philadelphia Eagles versus San Francisco 49ers, and I'm rooting for both teams to lose. I don't like either of them. Can both lose? That'd be great. I'm trying something new. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. All right. So we just saw the Jaguars put up a heck of a fight uh, against the Bills there, but unfortunately they just came up short. That tipped pass for an interception in the fourth quarter with a minute to go. Unfortunately, that's all she wrote. Trevor Lawrence, his season's over. Jaguar season is over. It was a heck of a season for them guys, and I'm sure they'll be back next year. But nonetheless, that was a very good game, very close game. Josh Allen got beat up a little bit in that game, so I think he's good now. We'll see what happens. So we got two massive running backs in this game. We've got Saquon Barkley for the Eagles and Christian McCaffrey for the Niners. So I wonder how they're going to play this. So they're in Philly, and I don't know what the weather is in Philly, but I'm a couple hours north and we're having snow squalls. So, right? Am I above Philly? Yeah, I'm above Philly. So, I'm a couple hours north of Philly, and we have snow squalls going here. We just had like half an inch of snow dumped on us in 10 minutes. So let's see what it is in Philly right now. So it says, oh, it just says 38, cloudy. So no snow there. Snow at my house, but no snow there. So the game is getting ready to begin. And to start the game, the Eagles are given a 56.9% chance of victory over their counterpart. But I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everyone is ready for this. So as you can see here, my picks, I was right about the Rams, I was right about the Bears, but I did think the Jaguars were going to be able to pull it off, and they were not. So they messed up my damn bracket. I'll tell you what, if it's going to be. Oh, that's interesting. So Broncos, Bills. Man, now I feel like my bracket's all gone to shit because I feel like with how I saw the Bills play today. No, I could still see Denver winning that game, actually. against the Bills because it's still going to be the Patriots that win tonight. So, nonetheless, all right, they're bringing the flag off the field and they're going out for the coin toss now. All right, and it begins. So Lane Johnson's still out for the game. So the right tackle for the Eagles is still out. Eagles won the toss and they have deferred. So we're going to see Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, and the Niners offense take the field first. So I did a thing and I'm not sure how it's working. Ooh, Brian Robinson on the return gets nailed at the 24-yard line. So I have a YouTube short live stream on this, and that's kind of why I have the score and me in the center tonight, because I just want to see how that works and how that looks. All right, without further ado, McCaffrey running to the left. He's getting nowhere. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Call it a loss of 1. Purdy has Robinson deep. Oh my goodness, is he going all the way? He's trying to get blocking. He's running all over the place. That was an interesting play. That was a yards after catch. 61 total yards. He just shakes off Mitchell, breaks the legs of the safety, cuts back to the left to get defenders in front or offense ahead of him so he could get some blockers. And just like that, we're at the 16-yard line in the red zone. McCaffrey gets it going up the middle and gets nowhere. Heck of a play there by Brock Purdy to Demarcus Robinson. It was only maybe a 20-yard pass. It was just maybe a 16-yard pass, just a lot of yards after catch there. Purdy out of the shotgun, McCaffrey to his left. He's looking to pass. He lets it fly. Ooh, and you've got, who is that? McCaffrey going up for it for an 11-yard reception. And it is first and goal on Philly's 5-yard line for the 49ers. So it was deflected at the line, but McCaffrey still went up and got it, was able to come down with it. So we have a first and goal here. Purdy out of the shotgun. McCaffrey to his left. It's a handoff to McCaffrey. Cuts up the middle. They're trying to push the pile. He gets stopped, though, at the 2-yard line. So are we looking at a score already coming up? All right. Second and goal at the 2-yard line. Purdy's under center. McCaffrey's 6 yards behind him. Robinson in motion. He throws it. He throws it up, and it's Demarcus Robinson for a touchdown. And just like that, the Niners put themselves on the board, striking first, 6-0. Nice little 2-yard pass into the back of the end zone to Demarcus Robinson, the man that got them all the way down the field on the 61-yard completion earlier. So this man's got 63 complete or receiving yards and a touchdown in the first quarter. 3 minutes and 9 seconds on the drive. The extra point is up and it is good. Niners made a statement on that opening drive. Eagles said, you guys can have it first, and they said, okay, bet. Just like that. 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 76-yard drive. Philly started the game with a 57 and a half. 57.5% chance of winning. And after that first drive, the Niners have a 60% chance. I'm just curious about stuff. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna erase that. What is this? Oh, shit. I got myself highlighted. That's pretty cool. Neat. I didn't know that was a thing. Wow, there's a lot of different filters and stuff that I could do on here. Interesting. Well, and I think I could do this with can I do that? Weird. Sorry, I'm just messing around, guys. So the kick is away. Eagles are bringing it out. He's getting to the 30, the 35, and down to the 37-yard line. Not a bad return right there. Like I said, I'm just messing around, finding out new things that I can do here. All right, we're gonna have a 1st and 10 here. From their own 37. Hurts is under center. Barkley is in the backfield. Hand off to Barkley to the right side, and he's going to get 2 yards on the play. All right. 2nd and 8. Hurts in the shotgun. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley goes up the middle of the run and then runs right and bounces out, and he gets a good 25-yard run. Ends up being 29-yard run to the right side for Saquon Barkley. His hole was just, what was it? It was supposed to be up the middle, but he just bounced out to the right, and he had 30 yards ahead of him. Just like that, it is now 1st and 10 on San Francisco's 32. These offenses are both here to play right now. Ooh, Fred Johnson was slow to get up on that time on that play. That's the right tackle filling in for Lane Johnson for the Eagles, so keep that in mind. Hurts getting the ball out of the shotgun, hands it to McCaffrey to the right side, cuts back up the middle, and gets 4. We're going to call that 5. They're trying to spin a narrative that the San Francisco's defense is crap because of all the injuries. Sorry, it's next man up. Get over it. All right, Hurts is looking to pass. He throws. It's complete to, I believe that's A.J. Brown, is it not? It is. Nice 10-yard pass. And then, what was that? Frank Johnson, the right tackle. He uh, he came back in the game. Oh, and the Eagles are actually doing no huddle here, or no, just a very quick huddle. We got 1st and 10 on the 18. Hurts takes it. He fakes the handoff and throws, and it's Goddard for 4 yards. And just like that, it's 2nd and 6. San Francisco's 13 down in the red zone. All right, here we are, 2nd and 6. Hurts out of the shotgun. Pitches it to Devontae Smith, who's trying to run to the right. Not a lot of space to go, but he does manage to get 3 yards on a little forward shove. All right, so this brings up 3rd and 3. All right, 3rd and 3. You got Barkley to the right of Hurts. Hurts out of the shotgun. All right, we got the snap. Hand off to Barkley. He's bouncing out to the left side. He's got a little bit of room. That room goes away quick, but it is a first down after a 3-yard run. So now we're gonna have 1st and goal at the 7. All right, let's see what they can do. 1st and goal. Hurts is under center. Barkley in the backfield. Looks like they're gonna do a run to the right. Here's a snap. Pitch to Barkley. It is a run. He lowers his shoulder and gets 3 on the run. It'll bring up 2nd and goal. The Niners' 4-yard line. All right. Hurts is under center. Barkley's in the backfield. Goddard in motion. The handoffs to Barkley. Barkley bounces to the right. Gets, it looks like, 3 yards again. And it's going to be a 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. And I think everybody knows what's going to happen. It's regular formation. Doesn't look like they're going to do a tushy push. Oh, it's a handoff to Goddard. Lowers his shoulder a little bit, and he gets in the end zone just like that. So they hand it off to Goddard on a tight end run. And just like that, the Eagles respond. Like I said, these offenses both seem to be here to play. So it was a jet sweep to Goddard for a nice little 1 yard. It is very windy. And he doinks it. No way, it's no good. Wow. The extra point is missed. That might be very important. I did say that the wind is absolutely brutal right now. The flags on the top of the goalposts are damn near horizontal. So that could be very, very important. Extra point, no good. Jake Elliott And he does not miss those, does he? I bet you they go for the 2 point in the next touchdown they get. Hmm. I thought they were about to blame the holder for that kick being bad. They are saying about how it's Jake Elliott has 6 extra points missed in the postseason, which is tied for the most in the NFL. All right, all right. Caught at the 6. The return gets to the 26, a 20-yard return there by the Niners, Robinson Jr. So the Niners are going to get the ball first and goal on their own 26-yard line. All right, see what they could do. Purdy's under center, McCaffrey in the backfield. Puts a man in motion. It's a pitch to McCaffrey. He's got one blocker. Doesn't do much for him, but it's McCaffrey, and he sheds a tackle and dives forward for a gain of 4. Brings up second down. All right, 2nd and 6. Purdy's looking to pass. He throws it, but it is incomplete. Kittle was the target, but Mitchell was all over him and actually deflects the pass. He knocks that down. Very nice coverage there by Mitchell. All right, 3rd and 6. Purdy is out of the shotgun. McCaffrey to his left. It's going to be a pass. He throws, and it's Robinson who caught the touchdown earlier. However, he had to come back for it, and he's going to end up short. So they're going to send out the punt team. He only got 3 yards on that pass. All right. Punts away. It's wobbly, and that's a Ooh, that's not a good punt. That was only like a 35-yard punt. 34? No, 35-yard punt to the 32 of Philly. All right, Philly's defense is able to hold the Niners there. So we'll have to see what the Niners can come out and do, or the Eagles can come out and do. And I bet you if they get a touchdown here, they're going for that extra 2 point, or going for a 2 point try. All right, Hurts starts at their own 32. Under center, hands it off to Barkley, bounces to the left, it has nowhere to go, maybe a gain of a yard there. All right, Hurts hands it off to Barkley. Oh, yep. And Barkley spinning, trying to make something happen. Gets maybe 2 yards on the play there. So just like that, we're looking at a 3rd and 7 already. All right, out of the shotgun, Hurts looking to throw, and it's complete to Cooper for a first down. To what was that? Nice little pass there. Not bad at all. All right. Hurts looking to throw again. Gets AJ Brown. He has to come back for it, but it's still an 8-yard pass. So it'll be 2nd and 2. San Francisco's 48. All right. 2nd down. Hurts is looking to launch it. He does. Nobody's there. Goddard was the closest one, but he was still about 8 yards away from that ball. It was an interesting play right there. Barkley got tripped up behind the line of scrimmage for a 1 yard loss. Or sorry, it'll be a 0 yard run. So they're saying he gets to the line of scrimmage. So that'll be 4th and 2. Ball's only at San Francisco's 48. They are going for it though. At least the offense is out there. You got Barkley all the way to the right. I think they're just trying to get them to jump off sides here. You got Hurts by himself. No, they are snapping it. He throws to the left, and it is beautifully defended. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. San Francisco is going to have beautiful field position here with a minute and a half left in the first. All right, here we go. San Francisco's back on the field. Purdy hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's trying to make something happen, and then gets stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage, only a yard. So, minute left in the first. It is 7-6 because of the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Elliott missing that extra point. Still can't believe he missed that. I mean, there is a swirling wind, but wow. All right. Oh, there's a no huddle by the Niners. Purdy's in the backfield looking to throw in and out of the hands of Juwan Jennings. Good coverage there by Cooper DeJean. That brings up 3rd and 9, 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Cooper DeJean is one hell of a corner. He was right there on Jennings. Truthfully, Jennings still could have made that. Oh, that's kind of funny. Watching receptions in slow-mo is pretty good. It was in and out of his hands and hit off his face mask. So this is a 39 at their own 49. Purdy looking to pass. Under pressure. Rolling to his left. He's not going to be able to run. Oh, he turns and tries to run and awkwardly slides out of bounds for a gain of 2. I don't think that he thought that that defensive lineman was able to chase him down that quick. They're showing the replay. There's a big man moving there. There's a 300-pound lineman there. All right, 4th and 7. They're just going to bring out the punt unit. All right, the punt is away, and it bounces a very, very favorable bounce for the Niners. Hits at the 4-yard line and gets picked up and downed by number 36 on the Niners, downed at the 6-yard line. No, out. All right. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley's to his right at their own 6-yard line. Here's a snap. Hurts is looking to throw. He does manage to throw, and he's got A.J. Brown who gets pushed out of bounds after a 7-yard gain, so that'll bring up 2nd and 3. Get out of the end zone right there. Hmm. All right, that's the end of quarter 1. Go over a little bit of stats here. And in 1 quarter, you got Brock Purdy, 4 for 6, 77 yards and a touchdown, 149.3 rating. Jalen Hurts is 6 for 8 for 41 yards, 85.9 rating. No sacks for either team. So Christian McCaffrey has 5 carries, 7 yards. Purdy has 1 carry, 2 yards. Saquon Barkley has 9 carries, 48 yards. Goddard has 1 carry, 1 yard for a TD. For receiving, Demarcus Robinson leads the Niners, 3 receptions, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey has 1 reception for 11 yards. Both Kittle and Jennings have 0 receptions on 1 target each. For the Eagles, A.J. Brown leads receiving room with 3 receptions for 25 yards. Darius Cooper, 1 for 9. Goddard, 1 for 4. And Devonta Smith, 1 for 3. As a team, they have 6 receptions for 41 yards. So, no interceptions, no fumbles yet. And no punt returns either. There have been punts, but no punt returns. Interesting. All right, here we go to start the second quarter. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his right. 2nd and 3. Their own 13. It's a handoff to Barkley who goes up the middle, and he's got blockers and pushers. He gets to the 20-yard line. Gain of, I believe, 6. Correction. 7-yard run. All right, Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his left. Man in motion. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Looks like a little bit of confusion. Hurts coming back to the line, talking to his lineman. All right, snap. There's a lot of confusion there, but it doesn't matter. Devonta Smith gets the catch. Looks like it's a 9 yard. Interesting. All right, 2nd and 1. Barkley to the right side, and he gets the first down and then some. 5-yard run down on the Eagles 34. So as you can see here with my bracket, oh, hold on, we got a play coming up. All right, man in motion. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his left. And I don't know what's going on, but they are talking so much going on the offensive line there, trying to pick up blitzes, and Hurts just off the target to Devonta Smith, sails it out of bounds. There's some interesting calls going on there. Some Hurts trying to get call some audibles and swap the lineup there. That was a little odd. Last two plays have been a little odd for the offense. All right, 2nd and 10, same deal. Hurts out of the oh, blitz coming. Devonta Smith catches it and gets absolutely slammed into the dirt for a gain of nothing. Oh, they're giving him a yard. I don't think he got that. They're being generous there. All right, so as I was trying to say, so we'll see the winner of this game will determine who the Seattle Seahawks play and who the Bears play next week. Right now, Seattle's playing the Rams. All right, same setup in the backfield. Hurts out of the shotgun. And there's a flag as the snap comes through. Might be a false start here. First penalty of the day. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. So now we're going to have a 3rd and 14. All right. Hurts by himself in the backfield. Out of the shotgun. 3rd and 15 on the screen. Here's a snap. Hurts backing up to throw. He lets it fly, and it's to Devontae Smith, who does catch it, but he's going to be about a half-yard shy. So it is about a foot shy. And the defense is, or the offense is staying out there. Oh yeah, this is going to be tush push territory. Oh God. Here it is, and that line pushes. That's probably a gain of 2 or 3 yards, and that will be a 1st and 10. Hello. I'm streaming the Eagles and Niners game. What? All right, timeout by the Niners. Great. I think my family is going to come in here now and start talking shit. All right, 1st and 10. You got Jalen Hurts out of the shotgun. Oh no, he's under center. Barkley's behind. 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. Here comes the snap. It's a toss to Barkley to the right side. Barkley gets a little bit, only gets about 4 yards there to the right side. Bring up 2nd down at midfield. So it's so windy outside. They're showing the blue medical tent that the players use when they get injured. The blue medical tent is flying on the side of the on the, wow. So the wind is so bad there. They've got the uprights are waving in the wind. Not even the flag on the uprights. The actual upright is just shaking. Hurts under pressure, throws it to Barkley, who gets blockers, and he's going. Oh man, he had one man to beat for the touchdown. It's going to be a 20-yard pass there after what should have been a San Francisco sack. So it was supposed to be a screen. It just looked like it got blown up, but Barkley was able to avoid a couple tackles and make it work. All right, so at the 30-yard line, Hurts is in the shotgun, Barkley to his left. Oh no, that's Bigsby. Bigsby gets the handoff, gets about 4 yards on the run. It looks like Bigsby is staying out there for another rep. So the Niners only have 9 rushing yards so far tonight to the Eagles 72. All right, 2nd and 6. Hurts is under center with Bigsby in the backfield. He's about 7 yards back. Here comes the snap. Hand off to Bigsby up the middle. And Bigsby's got a big hole, gets about 9 yards on that run, gets the first down, lowers his shoulder, makes defender pay for it. And just like that, the Eagles are inside the 10. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 here. Sorry, they're at the 17. Here's another run to Bigsby for another, looks like 7 yards for Bigsby again. So now it's 2nd and 3 at the 10. See what the Eagles bring here. See if the Niners can hold them off because they are coming in hot. 2nd and 3, and the Niners 10-yard line. They're backed up here for sure. Hurts is under center. Barkley's back in. Behind him. All right. Hand off to Barkley. Barkley's trying to get out to the right side. He misses one tackler and gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2, bringing up 3rd and 5 now. All right. From the 12, Hurts takes it out of the shotgun, hands it off to Barkley, who runs up the middle. He only gets about 3 yards there. So it's going to be 4th and 2 on the Niners 9. I have a feeling the Eagles are going to go for it. That's surprising. I would take the points and take the lead here. All right, let's see what they do on a 4th and 2. I'm surprised with this play call. I'd be taking the points and taking the lead. It'd be like a 25-yard field goal attempt from here. All right, Hurts out of the shotgun. Smith in motion to the right. It's a handoff to Barkley. No, it's an option. Hurts throws it to Goddard, and Goddard takes it in for the touchdown. And just like that, oh no, there's a flag. Hold on. Ineligible player downfield on the offense. Replay 4th down. 5-yard penalty here. Oh man. Just like that, you go from a touchdown on a 4th and 2. Hmm. Oh, wait a second. I've never seen that happen. The ref came out, they picked up the flag and gave them the touchdown. So they had thrown a flag, said ineligible man downfield, took the points off the board, and then they decide to pick it up and give the touchdown back to the Eagles. So just like that, Eagles take the lead 12-7. And I'm surprised they're not going for 2 here. They have Elliott back out there who, ooh, that extra point was close, but made it. Oh God, it is not 1213-7. All right. Eagles take the lead 13-7. They're only up by 6 though, so we got to remember that a touchdown and an extra point gives the Niners the lead. I'm surprised they didn't go for 2 there, try to make it a 7-point game. With the win like this, extra points are not guaranteed tonight. But to anybody just joining in, happy to have you here. We are Eagles up 13-7, 6:08 left in the first half. We've had a missed extra point by the Eagles, even though the Eagles have scored 2 touchdowns. Hurts has a passing touchdown, and Goddard with the receiving touchdown, and then I think, what was it, Barkley had the rushing? No, Barkley did not have the rushing. What was the other, what was their other touchdown? 1 yard touchdown run by Dallas Goddard. That's right. And then the Niners were able to get a passing touchdown on their first drive, but they really haven't done much since. So the drives have been Niners first drive touchdown, second drive 3 and out, third drive 3 and out. Eagles first drive touchdown, second drive turnover on downs, and third drive touchdown. And let me just, that last drive there by the Eagles was a 16 play, 94-yard drive, and it lasted 9 minutes on the dot. That was an incredibly long drive there by the Eagles. And the Eagles get the ball to start the second. So if they can force some kind of 3 and out here, or maybe only one or two first downs, they've still got 3 timeouts and the 2 minute warning to try to get some more points here before the half. And if they get some more points here before the half, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Eagles start pulling away with this game. I mean, this game could easily be 27-10, one drive into the second half. All right. Kick is away, and it's caught at the 1 yard line, so he's got to bring it out. He gets pummeled at the 22-yard line. A little bit of chippiness going on there, so only a 23-yard return. They are saying he brought it to the 23. So here are the Niners back out on the field. Philadelphia has had the ball for 18 minutes. The Niners have not done anything since that first drive. Couple 3 and outs is it. All right, 1st and 10. McCaffrey's going out left. Purdy's all alone out of the shotgun. Here's a snap. He throws it out. It's Kittle. Kittle one-on-one does get tackled after a gain of 5, and Kittle's down. Not good. Kittle's down. He's being attended to right now. So when he gets hit, what happens here? Doesn't look like anything egregious, but he went right to his right ankle, which he's been having problems with. So that's not good at all for the Niners. So I already hear the narrative. Oh no, our whole team was injured. How are we supposed to win? How are we supposed to win? Oh no. Hmm. Just looking at some analytics at the moment. All right, hopefully Kittle. I don't like seeing injuries at all. I wish they didn't happen. I really do. But it is part of the game. And when you're being paid millions of dollars, they put their bodies out on the line, so it's understandable to have them. It's just unfortunate. Plus, when my team's playing a team, I don't like them to use the excuse of injuries. That's not good at all. Kittle's done for the game. They've got him on a cart. Oh no! It's an Achilles. Kittle popped his Achilles. They just saw the replay. Oh man. Kittle just he's out for the game. His Achilles. You just watch that thing go up. Damn. All right. Well, they don't need Kittle. Juwan Jennings for a massive gain inside the 30-yard line. A pass of 45 yards. 19 yards after catch. I'm going to go ahead and just messaged my fantasy football league. George Kittle just popped his Achilles. Damn. All right, McCaffrey catches it, gets down to the 20-yard line for a gain of 6-yard pass on that play. God, that's so. I hate seeing that shit, man. Damn it. All right, 2nd and 4. Purdy under center. McCaffrey in the backfield. Here's snap. Pitch to McCaffrey. McCaffrey goes to the right side and gets tackled pretty much immediately. Only looks like a gain of 2, maybe 3. So it'll be 3rd and 1. There's 3:40 left in the quarter. Ball on Phillies 18. McCaffrey gets tripped up by his own player. Oh, was it his own player? Did he trip on his own player or himself? -1 yard run. It's going to be 4th and 2. It looks like the offense is staying out there. What happened? Did he? Oh no, he tripped on his own foot. That's an interesting one. Trips on his own foot there. All right. Oh, we have a timeout. Man, so an Achilles injury right now. I mean, so an average injury, oof, an Achilles tendon rupture typically is 11 to 12 months. Yeah, my group chat's saying 9 to 12 months. So yeah, he probably won't be back mid-season at best next year. Oh, and we're getting a on a 4th and 2. They're gonna do a 36-yard field goal attempt into the wind, and it is good. So just like that, the Niners are able to tack on 3. One of my buddies actually just put up a good point. You've got it might be longer for Kittle due to the his age and injury history. So hold on, how long? So Kittle has had 9 seasons. All right, so looking up his stats here, he's done 9 seasons, two-time first team All-Pro, 3 times second team, 7-time Pro Bowler. So I'm just putting together some stats here. So he's had 9 seasons. He's a 2-time first team All-Pro, 3 times second team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. He's lost 2 Super Bowls. It's a Hall of Fame career even without. So I'm wondering if Kittle calls this a career. Oh, that's brutal. Man, I kind of like Kittle too. All right. Nonetheless, here we go. Eagles have the ball. Hand off to Barkley to the left side. He gets a block and lowers his shoulder for a 6-yard gain. All right, 2nd and 4. Hurts under center, looking to pass. He is launching it out there for A.J. Brown. Incomplete. It hit his hands. Oh no. AJ Brown's holding his right knee. He's slow to get up. Now AJ Brown's limping. He's up and walking around, but he's limping. All right, 3rd and 4. There's a flag. Both teams are just pointing at each other. It looks like a false start. It is. All right, blitz is coming. Hurts lets it fly for AJ Brown. In and out of the hands. People are looking for a flag, but there is none on the ground. And there's a lot of contact there. So if they're going to let them play like that, there better not be any pass interference calls this game. All right, so 4th and 9 with 2:02 to go. This punt will bring us to the 2-minute warning, and it's a booming punt. Wait, what the hell? I've never seen that. So it came down and hit an Eagles player on the top of the helmet and bounced back in bounds. AJ Brown getting a little voicey to his head coach there. I don't know what that's about. That's interesting. Just reading everybody's reactions. The hell? That was weird. Oh man. So the Eagles are trying to air it out here, get some points before the half. All right. First and 10 from 23. Handoff goes to McCaffrey. There is no more 2-minute warning because we just had it. It only gets about 3 yards there, and we're going to see the clock run down. Niners only have one timeout. Ooh, Purdy goes down. Jalen Carter with the sack. Purdy was able to evade one would-be tackler for a sack and then gets immediately hit. He sheds Phillips, and Carter, he just runs right into Carter there. And that is a sack, and that is going to be a loss of. Oh, I think there's not a penalty. That loss of 5 there. And it looks like we have a timeout by the Eagles. Eagles are hoping to get the ball back here. Minute and 12, third and 11. They don't get a first down here. Eagles call another timeout. They'll have the ball back within probably 60 seconds and one timeout to go still. Well, oh, there's a flag for offsides, but they do end up throwing for a 15-yard pass. Purdy gets it to Demarcus Robinson. It is offsides on the Eagles. Penalties decline. They're going to let the play be what it is, which is 15-yard pass, which is better than a 5-yard. Interesting play there. Hey, Don, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Still struggling to get those Twitch views, man. Twitch does not like me. All right, Purdy's rolling to the right, and there's just no communication there with him and CMC. CMC never saw the ball coming. Those damn Twitch views are so hard to get, apparently. All right, second and 10, a minute 02 to go. Their own 37-yard line. Purdy just called his final timeout. Not sure what that's about. Oh, did my Twitch just freaking take a shit? Why did my Twitch... I don't understand. It's weird. Alright, Purdy. Incomplete pass. Alright, so we are back live on Twitch. I don't know what that's about, man. It's unfortunate. All right, out of the shotgun, 3rd and 10. Purdy's looking to step up and throw. He gets it caught by Tonjes at the midfield marker. 40 seconds to go. They're trying to rush here. All right, out of the shotgun, McCaffrey to the left. Purdy looking to throw. It's McCaffrey. McCaffrey's down. 30 seconds to go. The clock's still ticking. They got to be moving, moving, moving. It's going to be 2nd down. All right, Purdy out of the backfield. McCaffrey to his right. They're letting a lot of time go. Jesus. 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9. Incomplete pass. 8 seconds left. Wow. They let so much time click there. That was so much time. I don't know what that was. So they're going to have to get at least 10, 15, I mean 10, 12 yards maybe. Maybe 15 to with this wind. Now Eagles timeout. That's an interesting one. That yeah, not too sure about that. They let a lot of time tick. So that's the Eagles' second timeout. There's only 8 seconds left on the clock. And I believe Purdy and the Niners are going to need minimum 10 yards to try for a field goal. And with the wind, how this is going tonight, that's still going to end up being a 40-plus yard field goal. Winds are out of the northwest, 25 mile an hour. I mean, 10 yards gets them to the 34, 17. Be a 51-yard try if they get 10 yards on this play. 3rd and 5. Purdy's running. He did he fumble? They're saying he got out of bounds with 1 second left. He was not able to. Ruling on the field as the ball carrier is out of bounds, but that looks like it's a fumble. There it is. Previous play is under review. They are going to try for a field goal here. Oh, we're looking at the end of the half. He did fumble it, but he fumbled it out of bounds. So they're going to say that the clock needs to run off. 10-second runoff, which there's only a second on the clock. Wow, that's a costly fumble. Wow. All right. Call's overturned. And that's halftime. Damn. Yep, play results in a 10-second runoff, and that is halftime. That's an interesting way to end it. That's a brutal way to end it as well. They were trying to tie it up there. The Eagles will get the ball to start the second half as well. So let's go over some stats here real quick. All right. So as you can see, we have the Eagles leading the Niners 13-10. As far as passing goes, Purdy is 10 for 15 for 168 and a touchdown, 1 sack for a loss of 5. He's got a 126.5 rating. Hurts 11 for 16 for 93 yards and a touchdown, 104.4 rating. No interceptions from either QB. Rushing for McCaffrey, he's 8 for 13 Purdy, 2 for 9. Philadelphia. Barkley is 15 carries for 71. He's got a long of 29. You got Tank Bigsby, 3 carries, 20 yards. 9 is his long. Jalen Hurts, 1 carry, 3 yards. And then Dallas Goedert, 1 carry, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. So rushing yards totals as a team, 10 attempts for the Niners, only 23 rushing yards for the Niners in the first half, where the Eagles, 20 carries, 95 yards. All right, San Francisco receiving. Demarcus Robinson, 4 receptions on 4 targets for 81 yards and a TD, long of 61. Juwan Jennings, 1 reception on 2 targets, 45 yards, that being his long as well. Christian McCaffrey, 3 receptions on 4 targets for 22 yards. Tungus, 1 reception, 1 target, 14 yards. George Kittle, 1 reception, 2 targets, 6 yards. And Malik Turner, 0 receptions on 1 target. That's 10 receptions for 168 yards and a TD. Philadelphia's receiving room. They are at Devontae Smith, 4 receptions on 6 targets, 26 yards. A.J. Brown, 3 for 5 for 25. Barkley's 1 for 1 for 20. Goddard's 2 for 3 for 13 and a touchdown. And Darius Cooper's 1 for 1 for 9. It's 11 receptions on 93 yards and a TD for the Eagles. So, go over the drives. And the Niners just really haven't been able to do anything since that very first drive of the game. There's a 6-play, 76-yard touchdown drive, only 3 minutes and 9 seconds there. Uh, that was their first drive. The Eagles' first drive was a 10-play, 63-yard, 5:35 touchdown drive. Niners, their second drive was a 3 and out, only a minute and 15 seconds, 7-yard drive. Eagles' second drive, they were turnover on downs, 7 plays, 20 yards for 332. And then the Niners' third drive was another 3 and out, 3 plays, only 3 yards, a minute and 21. Eagles, their third uh, possession was a touchdown. This was a long, long drive in distance and time. It was a 16-play, 94-yard touchdown drive that lasted 9 minutes on the dot. The Niners, their fourth drive in the second quarter, was a field goal drive. It was a 6-play, 59-yard, 3-minute, 18-second drive. Then they were able to hold the Eagles' fourth drive to 3 plays, 1 yard, only 59 seconds. And then, as we just saw, oh, they're talking about Kittle right now. Hold on 1 second. I wanna. Yeah, it's being reported as an Achilles tear. They were showing when Kittle was jumping off the cart in the locker room, he was hopping. He didn't have anybody helping him, but he was putting nothing on that right foot. So that is just awful to see. That's so disappointing. He's such a good player. Hate the injuries, man. Hate the injuries. All right, and then the final drive by the Niners, it was their fifth possession. It was a 9-play, 41-yard drive, minute 51, but that resulted in the end of the half due to Purdy fumbling it out of bounds and having that 10-second runoff. Brutal way for a runoff to come. I don't know how big they are. Like this big? Squared? Square burgers? Oh. Oh, okay. I'll just do 2. Okay, thank you. I'm getting delivered some dinner. I like this. Uh, with barbecue. Barbecue and mayonnaise. All right. So here we are. So we see my predictions behind me. So we had the Rams over the Panthers. We got that pick right. I currently have the Eagles over the Niners, and 13 to 10 game. It's still anybody's. Oh, thank you so much. That looks really good. Thank you. All right, so 13 to 10 over the Niners right now, so it's still either way. I picked the Bears over the Packers. That was a very good game, but I was correct on that as well. Uh, for tonight's game, I have the Patriots over the Chargers. I think that's kind of a no-brainer unless it's a really bad upset. Which it could be, but we'll see. And then I did pick the Jags over the Bills, and the Bills upset my standings here. I was wrong in that one, but the Jags put up one heck of a game. Trevor Lawrence went toe to toe with Josh Allen, and it was a good game. 27 to 24 final there. And then tomorrow night's game, I have the Texans over the Steelers. So we'll see how those games play out. Hmm. All right, I apologize if you don't like to watch people eat. Okay, thank you. But I'm gonna munch on a little slider real quick. Those are pretty darn good. Just need to grab a drink now. Thank you for dinner, dear. No, I think it's really good. Would you do garlic butter on top of the buns? I think it's really good. Oh, that's neat. You just did them right in the oven? Nice. All right. I'm back, and halftime's about to be over. Hmm. Yeah, I was hoping to do something, but it's not gonna work out. All right. Oh well. Okay. So, as I said earlier, Philadelphia is set to receive the halftime or the third quarter kickoff. So we'll see what they can come up with, what kind of game plan they have to start second half here. Trying to figure out how this stuff works here. Trying to get a little bit better with my streams, make it a little bit more engaging. All right. One stat I forgot to bring up. So the Eagles are dominating time of possession. They have nearly double over the Niners. So there's been 30 minutes. Keep in mind, 30 minutes of game time. Niners have 10 minutes and 54 seconds time of possession, meaning the Eagles have 19 minutes and 6 seconds. So they got a whole 9 minutes. Insane. Sorry, 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 6 seconds. All right. Second half is underway. Here's the kick. And it's caught at the goal line. Brings it out, brings it to 20, 25, tripped up, and dives to the 30-yard line. So the Eagles will start their possession at their 30-yard line. All right. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley's to his left. All right, it's a handoff to Barkley, who squeezes up the middle and gets through for about 8, almost 9 yards on the run. All right, out of the shotgun. Barkley to the right. Second and 3. It's a handoff to Barkley, who has to bounce to the left and is going to get stopped for about a loss of a yard, maybe half yard. All right, here we go. Third and 3. Same setup in the backfield. Shotgun with Barkley to the right. Smith in motion to the right. Here's snap. Hurts is looking to pass. It's Barkley who drops it. Picked his head up, looked at the defender, and dropped it. And the punt team comes out 3 and out. That is not what the Eagles needed, but Devontae Smith is actually limping off the field right now. So when he made his cut, it was a non-contact injury, which is definitely not what you want to see. He made his cut on his route and just kind of started limping. Fair catch called for at the 5 yard line. That is a booming punt. Wow. What is that? That's a 58-yard punt. Fair catch called for. Oh man, you let those bounce and hope for the best. Commercials are so weird. So, hmm, all right. They're showing the Kittle injury again. Come on, stop showing that. All right, 1st and 10 on their own 5. There's a blitz coming. Purdy has to step up, and he does run and gets about 5 yards, maybe 6 after he's pushed out of bounds. So gives himself a little bit of breathing room there. All right, we got 2nd and 4. Purdy hands it off to McCaffrey, who runs up the middle. There's a hole, but he's met by a linebacker, and he's about 2 yards shy. And it's definitely chippy down there at the bottom of the pile. Jennings loses a helmet? He does. There is a flag. Oh, yeah. Jennings lost his helmet. 39. So that is going to be a 15-yard penalty for. Oh, no. Is that. What is that, a 5 yard? Oh, so it's an illegal use of hands to the face. Okay. I thought it was going to be unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness, ripping somebody's helmet off. All right. First and 10 at the 19. Purdy out of the shotgun. McCaffrey moving to his left. Fake to McCaffrey. They throw it. Is that a forward pass? Okay, they're saying incomplete. Yeah, that was a forward pass. Okay. Yep, that's definitely a forward pass. So incomplete to Pharrell. All right, 12:20 to go in the third. Second and 10. Purdy's calling a timeout. Seriously? What are they doing? And I actually want the Niners to win this game because that means that we play them next week. And they look terrible this week. Huh? No, I'm still eating. Thanks, honey. Huh? They were very good. Really? Wow. Hmm. All right. So Niners just took this timeout. I don't know why, but all right. Purdy out of the shotgun. McCaffrey to his left. All right, he sends McCaffrey out. Looks like a screen. Nope. He's gonna pass. He gets hit, but it's still caught by Robinson, who's thrown out of bounds. So a nice 14-yard pass and catch. All right. So we got a first and 10 on Seattle's, Jesus, on San Fran's 33. Ooh, floats it deep, incomplete to Robinson. So we're gonna have a second and 10 now. All right, let's see what they're going to do here. Second and 10. What are they going to do? 11:41 left to go in the third. All right. Purdy hands off to McCaffrey, who's missing tackles in the backfield and gets up to the 42 after a very nice 9-yard run. Highly contested run there. He had like 4 Eagles tackling him. So they had Jalen Carter. So I don't know who that was. Missed that first tackle. Had his arm around his hip. Who was that? That was Carter. So Carter, he just slips out of Carter's big ass hand and was able to keep running forward. It was going to be a loss of 2 if Carter made that tackle. All right, 3rd and 1 is QB sneak. Purdy for 4 yards. That is a very long QB sneak there. All right, Purdy's looking to throw. He gets hit and throws an interception. Oh no. Purdy hit as he threw, floats it up, comes down by from Mitchell. Oof. Ended up getting hit and it goes straight to the defender there. All right, so just under commercial here right now. Hmm, interesting. Bad read by Purdy. They're showing the replays of that interception, and he had a wide open Juwan Jennings. All right, Eagles start their drive at their own 48. See what they can make of it. Got Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his left. Hurts is looking to throw, rolling out to the right. He's getting defender in his face. He does throw it out of bounds A.J. Brown seemed to be the target there, but it was just out of reach. All right, welcome everybody who's here. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're just coming up at the halfway point through the third quarter. All right, second and 10, their own 48. Hurts gonna take it. Gets a block out of bounds after he gets the first down. Nice 11-yard gain. There is a flag though. Hold on. 49ers are pointing as though it's on the Eagles. Might be a hold. It is. Holding by the offense. 10-yard penalty at the spot of the foul. Second and 18 is going to be the new. It's on Jurgens. Yep, right there. All right, well, that brings. So they enforced it at the 50. The ball is going to be at the Eagles' 40 now. So instead of a first and 10 after a scramble, well, I say after scramble, that was designed run. So after a first and 10 run, they get dropped back 10 yards, so it'll be second and 18 from their own 40-yard line now. Hurts out of the shotgun with Barkley to his left. Looks like a four-man rush. Might be blitzing one. Nope, just a bunch of spies on Barkley who gets dropped after for -2. Oh, they're saying -1, but that was definitely two. Hmm. Tell you what, I'm eating my words from earlier. The friggin' first two drives of the game were touchdowns, and I was like, these offenses are gonna fly tonight. Nope, I'm wrong there. Third and 19. Long way to go here. Out of the shotgun. Hurts is looking to throw. Very short to Goddard. Only about 5 yards there. You're going to be looking at a fourth and 14. So they're just going to punt this one away here. So a nice stand by the Niners defense here. Let's see how this punt goes. Again, this wind is just circling inside this stadium. Punts away. It's a deep one. Bounces at the 1, but they're not close enough to get to it, and it goes out of the end zone. All right. Niners are hanging in there. They're only down by 3. I don't want to cheer for the Niners, but I want them to win because I'd rather play the Niners and the Rams. If so, if the Niners win this game, it'll be Seattle versus the Niners in the divisional round. If the Eagles win this game, it'll be the Rams versus Seattle and the Bears versus the Eagles. So that's going to be a touchback. Niners are going to get the ball at their own 20-yard line. Oh, it's hard to believe that we only have, what, 9 football games left? 8? Ugh, goes too damn quick. After this game, we'll only have 9 more games left in the season. It's so sad. All right, at the 20, Purdy's under center. Hands it off to McCaffrey. He goes from the left to the middle and gets pushed back. Maybe only a gain of a half yard. All right, out of the shotgun, Purdy's looking to pass. He's under pressure and throws it behind Tungus. Tongus, sorry. All right, out of the shotgun, McCaffrey to his left, 3rd and 9. Here's snap. They're looking to pass. Purdy floats it up to McCaffrey, and it's over his head. And that's a 3 and out by the Niners. Jesus. Here comes the punt team. Talk about just not an exciting game. All right, here's the punt. Not a good punt at all. Oof. 27-yard punt. That's awful. Does not get much worse than that. So now the Eagles are going to have the ball at San Francisco 46. He didn't even punt it out of his own side of his field. Oh, that's ugly. Hmm. Honey, I won't eat those, honey. I don't like those. No, thank you. I'm almost done. Just, all right, let's see what the Eagles can do here. Oh man, it's an ugly game. All right, Hurts under center, Barkley in the backfield. Smith on the move. Hands it off to Barkley, who gets swallowed up and thrown behind the line. A loss of maybe 3. Calling it loss of 2. Man, why can't Seattle just play one of these two teams? Ugh. These two teams suck. All right, second and 12. Out of the shotgun. Hurts is looking to pass. Passes to Smith. Smith getting a lane. Gets, I think, 11 yards there. Nice. Is that going to be a run or a pass? I think it might have been a forward pass, so it should count as a pass, right? Oh, they're going no huddle here. Setting up for a tush push, 3rd and 1. They go and they get it. 2-yard run. Hurts up the middle. All right, so they're going to have a 1st and 10 at San Francisco's 35. Finally got some momentum going, some offense from one of the teams. I'd rather it be the Niners. Like I said, I'd much rather play the Niners next week. All right, Hurts hands it off to Barkley. He's going to try to cut it to the right. Oh, sorry, that's Bigsby. Bigsby loses a yard on the run. It was supposed to go left, then tried to find a hole in the middle, couldn't. Tried to run it and beat some defenders to the right, and that was just very well covered. Niners defense has been putting in work, and they're not getting any love from their offense. All right, 2nd and 11. The Niners 36. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley running to the left. That might be a delay game. Nope, they let it go. All right, Smith goes up and makes the catch. Gets wrapped up and looks like he was going to evade it, but Siegel just absolutely does not let him go. He just picks him up and buries him into the ground. Very good coverage there. So now it is 3rd and 3. Barkley to the right of Hurts. This looks like it's going to be a run, I think. On a 3rd and 3. This looks like a run. It is. Barkley up the middle. He's going to get 4, almost 5 yards. So that will be a 1st and 10 on San Francisco's 24 now. All right, Hurts looking to throw to Barkley. Just throws it in the dirt. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Bring up 2nd and 10. Well, we finally have some offense. Not from the team we wish it was. The Niners defense has been holding off really well. I mean, the first half stats are not much different than the second. 3:37 left to go in the third quarter. All right, Hurts is under center. Barkley in the back. Handoff to Barkley, who gets absolutely swallowed up. Who is that? Huff comes off the edge and grabs him and pulls him down for a loss of 3. Saquon's coming off the field. Probably just a substitute. Nowhere to go for Barkley there. Crazy. So now we're going to have a 3rd and 13. Barkley's got a little bit of a limp on it, favoring his right foot. All right, out of the shotgun. Hurts is going to take it. He's got a blocker, but he just slides down for a 4-yard gain. So it looks like we're going to see Jake Elliott come out here. Keep in mind, earlier in the game, he did miss the extra point. So let's see if he could redeem himself here. It's only going to be a 41-yard attempt. But with the wind here, we obviously know it's not guaranteed. Snap, the hold, the kick. And it's dead center. Beautiful kick. And just like that, the Eagles managed to extend their lead. Still a touchdown and extra point. So an extra point after a touchdown still can secure the Niners the lead here. So Jake Elliott was able to get this field goal, a little bit of a redemption there after missing the extra point earlier in the game. But the Niners have been just calling some weird timeouts. I feel like Purdy should not have the responsibility to be able to call timeouts because he's called 2, I think, really bad timeouts. I mean, he called one on the first drive in the second half. So here we are, and they're down a timeout for the fourth quarter, and they're trailing. So that using that timeout could really hurt them come the end of the game. But we're about to see the kickoff. Purdy and the Niners will be back out on the field here shortly. So Eagles are using a place kicker, or a ball holder for the kick. Um, so I guess with the new rules, you can actually have a holder out on the field. They just have to run off the field as soon as the kick's away. All right, 2:11 to go in the third. Here's the kick. Fielded at the 6-yard line. Robinson cuts up, gets to the 30, still moving, dives to the 33, maybe the 34. And just like that, we've got the Niners back out on the field at their own 33. They lost Kittle. Remember, they lost Kittle, I think it was early in the second quarter. They lost Kittle probably for the majority of next season as well. It's awful, awful Achilles injury. All right, Purdy fakes a handoff. He's looking to pass. He's got all day. He does throw it to Juszczyk, who's wide open, just drop coverage. He's making moves. He's burying people. Beautiful catch and run by Kyle Juszczyk. That is a 27-yard pass. It was only a 6-yard pass, 21 yards after the catch. So Juszczyk pretends to be a blocker, gives a little push, and then is lost by the linebackers and was able to get into Eagles territory down to the 40-yard line. Very well done. And they hand it off to McCaffrey, who's going to get, oh, he actually gets up pretty good. He gets about 6 yards there on the run. And just like that, it's going to be 2nd and 4. Juszczyk absolutely just buries his helmet into Blankenship's head. Just absolutely pulverizes him. He punished him for being in his way. So you know what? We'll see what happens there. 2nd and 4. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Purdy's under center, sends a man in motion. It's a jet sweep, and he's gonna get. Oh, he gets hung up and stopped just shy of the first down. Who is that? Moore. I don't think I've seen that guy before. Oh, it's Sky Moore. I recognize the name. I don't follow the Niners too well, so I apologize. So we're gonna have a 3rd and 1. 30 seconds, sorry, pardon me, 25 seconds left to go in the third. I think we're going to have to see one more play here. We will. There's only 10 seconds left on the game clock, 18 on the quarter. 3rd and 1, you got Purdy, Juszczyk, and McCaffrey all in a line. I formation, or sorry, not I formation. And it's quarterback sneak. Juszczyk has to get in there, and they do push forward. It's going to be a 2-yard run up the middle for Brock Purdy, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So the Niners are on the move. They are midway through Eagles territory. They're at the 29. They'll have 1st and 10 when we come back. I say we come back like I'm going on commercial break. I don't have commercial breaks. So, let's see. End of the third quarter. Let's go over some statistics really quick. Let's go. Huh. Got this guy on Kick who's just relentlessly telling me that somebody's talking about you in this Discord. Oh, fucking bot. Get out of here. I'm streaming here. Alright, so third quarter went down as this. 3 and out by the Eagles. Punt. 8 play, 41-yard drive, capped off by the Niners with an interception. And then Eagles, 4 plays, punt. San Francisco, 3 plays, punt. Eagles again, 10 plays, field goal. And current drive is 4 plays, 38 yards for the Niners. We'll see what the result of that is here shortly. So we have seen 3 possessions by both teams in this second half, and we'll see if in the fourth quarter here, when we resume play, if the Niners can't make something happen. I do believe they're still in the position where if the Eagles hold them to a field goal here, I still think that's good for the Niners. I do not believe that you go for it, because if the Eagles get another field goal and you go for it and you miss this, then the Eagles are up by 2 scores. Lily, I'm a little busy at the moment. Go play. All right. All right, 1st and 10 from the Eagles 29. Purdy hands it off to Moore, who pitches it back to Jennings, who's going to throw it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey catches it for a touchdown. That is an absolutely wild sequence of events. Oh no, there's a flag. Oh no. Roughing the passer on the defense. declined. Result of the play is a touchdown. And just like that, Juwan Jennings with a touchdown pass. That play was wild. So you hand it off to Sky Moore. Sky Moore pitches it back to Jennings. Jennings rolls to the right. McCaffrey's lost in coverage and just catches it. Was that DeJean that he caught it over top of? Christian McCaffrey with a beautiful catch there. So that ended up being, what was that? 29-yard touchdown pass by Jawan Jennings. Good for him. All right, let's see if the Niners are able to take the lead. Tell you what, that's a hell of a play call. All right, so the wind seems to have died down a bit. The flags on the goalposts are not doing too much. Oh, never mind. I lied. And the extra point is good. Look at that. The Niners are back in front. And McCaffrey just nice little over the top catch there. Well done. Well done. Ooh, Jennings get absolutely nailed by Carter. Who so Carter was the one that the penalty was called on. I do not like Carter. Like I think he's a bad person, but that's besides the point. Nick Sirianni just looks like, what the hell, man? That just worked. All right, here's the kickoff. All right, Niners doing the same thing the Eagles did, and they're using a holder with this damn wind. All right, kicks away, and it is going to be bobbled in the end zone, but they could just pick it up and give it a touchback. What are you doing over here? Stay over there until I'm done. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking my fantasy football chat that I got. We're just talking about George Kittle and his injury earlier. Just seeing if he should just retire. But, all right, so from the 35, Hurts looking to throw. Checks it off to Barkley, who's going to slip some tackles and get about 12 yards on the play there. And there is a flag on the play. What is this flag for? Holding by the offense. Oh, yeah, it was a hold. All right. Like that, that backs up the Eagles some more. So it's going to be a 1st and 20 from their own 25. God, it feels so weird rooting. Like I'm not like rooting for the Niners, but I'd rather play them than the Rams. All right, 1st and 20. Hurts out of the shotgun. Saquon to his right. He's looking to pass. Short pass to Goddard, who drops it, and that's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 20 now. So just looking at this group chat real quick, and we're just seeing. All right, 1 second. Let me call this play. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his left. 2nd and 20. Hands it off to Barkley, who's going to try to get to the outside to run. He gets about 8 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 12 here. So what we're going off of right now with George Kittle, there was definitely a popped Achilles, which for a healthy young athlete, that's probably a 9-month repair at best. Kittle, he's in his ninth season, long injury history. He's a two-time first team All-Pro, three-time second team, seven-time Pro Bowler, lost two Super Bowls, but it's a Hall of Fame career. And just wondering if he doesn't just retire after this injury, especially if the Niners don't win this game. All right, Hurts under pressure. He's rolling to his right, throws it out of bounds, incomplete. That'll be a 4th and 13 now. So see, San Francisco, every time I start saying S, I just think of Seattle. Doesn't help I have all the Seattle memorabilia next to me. Yeah, he just had to throw it away. All right, 4th and 13. San Francisco holds them. Here comes the punt. Here's the snap. The kick. It's away. Sky Moore bobbles it. He's at the 20, 25, 30. Gets about to the 32-yard line. So even with a bobble, he still picks up about 12 yards on the return. So for the first time since middle of the first quarter, so 8:53 in the first, the Niners had a win probability of 50.2. Oh, sorry. With a minute 33 in the first quarter, San Francisco, minute 29 first quarter, San Francisco had a 50.1 probability of victory. So since then, it's been all Eagles until right now. It's 55.1% chance to the Niners. So that's just how ESPN analyzes it. But do a couple quick team stats right now. So clearly scores 17-16 the Niners. Total yards, the Niners have 290, Eagles 231. Niners have turned the ball over once. Both teams have 13 first downs. The Niners have zero penalties for 0 yards, while the Eagles have six for 43. On third down, San Francisco's 5 of 9, while the Eagles are 5 of 13. The Niners have not gone for it on fourth down. They're 0 for 0, while the Eagles are 2 for 3. In the red zone, Niners are 1 out of 2, and the Eagles are 2 out of 2. For time of possession, wow, the Eagles lead time of possession by 12 minutes and 15 seconds. The Niners have 17-15 and the Eagles have 29-30. That's just an absurd difference in time of possession here. That's a wild difference in time of possession, honestly. All right, 1st and 10. at their own 31. Purdy's all alone out of the shotgun. It's a four-man rush. He's got all day. He passes it to Juszczyk, who's just going to roll on the ground for a first down. So a nice 10-yard pass there, and Juszczyk with first down. All right. Under center, pitch back to McCaffrey to the right side. Ooh. Oh, no, that was a brutal, brutal hit. So McCaffrey got up. Maybe that was just a loud hit. So there is an Eagle who it's Davis ends up going off the field holding his left calf. But that was a big, fast hit. But McCaffrey popped right up. I don't know who McCaffrey sold his soul to make sure he didn't get injured, but damn. Purdy launches it. Is that intercepted or did he drop it? No, they're calling him down, calling it incomplete. Oh, hold on. There's a penalty flag down. They're saying he was down by contact. Oh, it's not a flag. There's just a piece of paper. So Mitchell, did he actually? No, it definitely was an interception, but he was touched. So that was a good interception there. He jumped the route. He was definitely down by contact, though. Good call there. Oh, man. Eagles are right back in it now. Well, hopefully that didn't provide a spark for the Eagles. All right, so the Eagles start at their own 38. First and 10. Hurts is under center. Here's Barkley going to the left side. He's got some room. He gets a nice 8-yard run there. Oh, ended up getting a massage. What was that, yesterday or today? Yesterday. Just back is sore. All right. Second and 2. You got Hurts under center again. Barkley in the backfield. Looks like they're going to run to the right. They got tight ends to the right. No, it's a fake. Hurts running, and they're throwing a flag for for unnecessary roughness. Late hit on the quarterback. That's what this is going to be. I don't agree with that. I'm going to have to see that in slow mo, but fast. I hope they pick this up. Hurts slides. No. That's a tough call, but it is. There was contact, but not a lot. So that's unfortunate. That just gives the Eagles the ball in the 36 of San Francisco now. So, oh, all right. That was the first penalty on the Niners all day. Handoff to Barkley, who stutter steps in the backfield, and it works for him because he's going to get 10 yards. That should be a first down right there. Nope, Nope, they're calling it 9. 9 yards. Oh, sit up for the end of the game here. 10:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Oh, God, back pain's no joke. It sucks. All right, Barkley just eclipsed 100 yards on the day. They're going to give it back to him, and he's going to get another 8. Sorry, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like 6. And the Niners are just falling. Defenses just could do so much. Niners defense has done all they can really do. I mean, they've stopped them so many times. Probably fatigued at this point. They've spent so much time on that field. All right, hand off to Barkley. Barkley gets, ooh, he's hurt. Yeah, he's still down on the ground. He's telling people to back off. Oh, he's favoring his left leg, trying to walk it off. I think it might just be a stinger. So basically he's going up the field. He's at the line of scrimmage and just gets nailed on his left side. So he's facing this way and he just gets creamed right there. He's jogging off the field now. He's just sore. I think that was just his meat on his thigh getting hit. He's gonna have a big fucking bruise there. But I think he's all right. Yeah, Siegel comes in from the left side and just shoulder pad to his left hip. So I think it might just be a little bit of a bruise. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Barkley's getting talked to. He's on the bench right now, so he's not immediately going to the medical tent. So I think he's just sore at the moment. All right. Hurts out of the shotgun with Bigsby to his right at the Niners 21. Hurts is launching it to the end zone. Is It's an incomplete pass. They're not throwing a flag there. That's wild. You'd think that would be a flag. That's insane. No, no, they were both looking at the ball. They were hugging until the ball gets there. I mean, like I said earlier, the pass interference they did not call earlier. So Barkley's up off the bench. He's limping. I think he might be going into the blue tent. All right, 3rd and 9. Hurts looking to throw. It's a throw and a catch at the 15-yard line, so it's a gain of 6. That's a throw to Shipley. They're gonna go for the field goal, right? Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say they like hesitated, but they're bringing the kicker out now. I think this is the right call. You take the lead. All right. Jake Elliott from 33. He missed a 41-yarder earlier. 33 yards and drilled. Oh, 33 yards, not 33 points. All right, Eagles are back in front, 17-19. Let's see what the Niners can come out and do. They need to keep their defense off the field. Honestly, the Niners defense needs a break. They have been doing really well, and for being on the field for 33 minutes, oof, 33 and a half minutes, they need a break. Oh boy. 17 to 19 Eagles. Ugh. That's crazy. Is Purdy has 219 passing yards to Hurts 123, but then McCaffrey has 35 rushing yards to Barkley's 106. And to correct myself earlier, so Jake Elliott did not miss a 41-yard field goal earlier. He made that. He missed an extra point early in the game. So right now they're showing Eagles with a 62.9% chance of victory. There are 8 minutes exactly left in the fourth. No, it's not even that late. I just feel tired. All right, caught it to 16 and an okay return to the 34, but we got some pushing going on. Don't be getting flags thrown. This is where mistakes are made. Okay, some injury updates. Jordan Davis, the Eagles tackle, left calf. Barkley with a left hip injury. He was on the bike trying to jog it off, and we'll see what happens when they get back on the field. Purdy looking to pass. It's complete the use check. I think that was use check, correct? For 5 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 5. See what the Niners do here because they need to take some time off and take a little time off the clock and obviously get at least a field goal here. Put themselves back in the lead. All right. Purdy out of the shotgun with McCaffrey to his right. He's looking to pass. Under pressure, he manages to get through. Breaks through and he's looking to run. He keeps his head down and I think he got the first down on a 5 yard scramble. He does. They're calling it a first down. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. I apologize for the yawning. Man. All right, McCaffrey's on the sideline getting warmed up. Robinson in the backfield. Purdy under center looking to pass. He throws a good ball, and that is Robinson, who's now over 100 yards receiving on the game. That's another 16-yard completion. All right, well done. We're going to have a 1st and 10 here. No huddle. Purdy out of the shotgun. Robinson Jr. to the right. Here's the snap. Purdy's under pressure and he just launches the ball out of bounds. Smart there, not take a sack. They are on Philly's 40. They probably need another 10 yards to be in a more comfortable field goal position with the wind swirling the way it is. Stop showing the Kittle injury. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Why? Why do that? Jesus Christ. Man got injured. We get it. I just don't like that they're showing the injury. Like, if you're talking about it, that's fine, but stop showing it. I know it's not like graphic or anything, but this is just why. All right. Purdy out of the shotgun looking to pass. Dumps it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got a blocker. Cuts to the left. Gets about 12 yards there. Was there going to be 11-yard pass? Another first down. They are now in a more comfortable field goal range here. They do have the Eagles defense on their heels. They are now at the Phillies 31, 29, sorry, 29. First and 10. Handoff to McCaffrey. Up the middle. Spin move. Dives for 4 yards. All right. Second and 6. Less than 5 minutes to go. Niners have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. And can the Niners really knock out the defending Super Bowl champs right here? Looking to pass. Under pressure. And he gets sacked. And there is a flag. Not sure what the flag. It looks a little late. Are they calling it on the defense holding? Holding on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Oh, Blankenship hooked Tonjes by the hip. That's what they're calling it. Yep. So it's going to be a first and 10 now on Phillies 20. Man, you go from sacking the quarterback to getting a brand new set of downs. That'll take the wind out of your sails. 7 accepted penalties for 48 yards now. All right. First and 10 at the 20. McCaffrey to the right of Purdy, who's in the shotgun. Got the snap. Handoff to McCaffrey, who's going to go left. Cuts up the middle. Making some momentum for another 10-yard run. It's going to be first and goal at the 10-yard line. So the Niners are making something happen on this drive. They're trying to. .405 to go in the fourth. This is going to be first and goal at the 10-yard line. Got McCaffrey to the left of Purdy, who's out of the shotgun. Juszczyk moving to the left. McCaffrey to the right. The snap. It's going to be a pass. Purdy. Ooh, that looked like it got tipped at the line of scrimmage, but Juszczyk was able to catch it kind of behind his back for a 4-yard gain or a 6-yard gain. Was that tipped? No, it wasn't. Okay. So he just threw it a little bit behind Juszczyk, who still made the correction, was able to get to the reception there. So that's Juszczyk, who's got 4 receptions for 49 yards now. So Juszczyk, the fullback, being used like a tight end. All right, second and goal. This is the 10th play of the drive. You got Purdy out of the shotgun with McCaffrey 3 yards behind him. Fakes a handoff to McCaffrey, throws it for the end zone, knocked away. Jennings went up for it, but was unable to come down. And that's going to be third and goal. The clock stops with 2:59 to go. So Jennings was one-on-one with DeJean there. DeJean actually was able to get his hand in there and knock the ball away, I think. Was it? Or was it just off the hand of Jennings? It might have just been off the hand of Jennings. All right. Third and goal at the 4-yard line. McCaffrey's to the right of Purdy, out of the shotgun. Here's the snap, looking to pass. Under pressure. Throws to McCaffrey, and that is a touchdown to McCaffrey. And like that, the Niners respond with another touchdown here late. So you're up by 4. You're up by 4. You get the extra point, you're up by 5. I almost wonder if you go for the. See, like, this is where I don't know why people don't do this, but the extra point is absolutely missed. So, what was that? Did that get blocked? That extra point went so far left, I don't even think it went into the netting. They're going to show the replay of the touchdown. So I was trying to say, you're up by 4 right now, 23-19. You'd only be up by 5 if you go 24-19. If you go for 2, you're up by 6, which a touchdown with a missed extra point already happening today, maybe you could block an extra point. I don't know. You could still give up the touchdown and block an extra point or hope they miss it. So I would probably go for the 2 there, but that's just me. Because now you're up by 4. If the Eagles get a touchdown, that's going to put them up by 3, so then you can only tie it. Because I mean the Eagles, they're going to get the ball back with about 2:45 or 2:50 and 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. So there's a lot of time left. And keep in mind the Niners also have 2 timeouts of their own. So they didn't show that extra point miss. I don't know why. That was a wild. That thing went so far left. All right, Barkley looks like he's going to be coming out on the field, but right now here's the kickoff, and it's fielded deep into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Eagles are going to get the ball at the 35-yard line with 2:54 to go in the game. 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning left for the Eagles here. Let's see if the Niners have another stop in them. This is the 12th lead change in the fourth quarter, which is the most in single postseason all time. So that's overall for all the playoff games that have happened so far this year. 12 fourth quarter lead changes, which is the most in a postseason in NFL history. Hurts is looking to throw, and it's caught by Barkley, who is wrestled to the ground after only maybe a 2-yard gain there. Yeah, it's a 2-yard pass. Sorry, 3-yard. You got no huddle. 2:30 to go. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his left. Looking to throw. It's caught by Barkley, who gets tripped up and gets, I think, out of bounds there. So that's only a 2-yard gain there. 3rd and 5. So are you in 4th down territory here? I don't think so. You're so deep into your own territory. If you don't make a first down here, I think you punt it away and hope your defense can hold. You've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but let's see what happens. You're at your own 40. 3rd and 5. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his right. He's got 4 wideouts. Looking to pass. There is a blitz. It gets picked up. A.J. Brown, in one of the most important catches of the game, drops it. Had him for about a 15-yard reception. And it's just right. Oh, the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, so it kind of gave it a little odd twist to it. But I mean, that's A.J. Brown, man. Oh no. So do they got a punty here. It's 4th and 5. You can't. No way. They got Hurts all alone out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Hurts caught for the first down by Goddard. Keeping the game alive here. Oh man. 15-yard pass to Goddard. 2-minute warning. There it is. 2-minute warning. Oh boy, this is going to be an exciting 2 minutes. I mean, I know it worked out for him, but that's a wild 4th down to go for, I think. I do think that's a little bit of a crazy 4th down to go for. Interesting. Alrighty. Alright, let's see if we got anything interesting in the stat lines here. Kendricks, I think that's the rookie linebacker for the Niners, is leading the team in tackles with 9. Is he the rookie? No, no, he's been around a long time actually. This is his 11th season. Definitely wrong on that front. All right, I think the 2-minute warning is over. It is. Offense and defense are back out on the field. So far, every game this weekend was won by the wild card team who was trailing at the 2-minute warning. That's insane. All right, Hurts out of the shotgun all alone, looking to throw. He's got Smith who ends up getting out of bounds and gets the first down. I think that's an 11-yard completion there. They're calling it 10-yard completion. So they are now on San Francisco's 35-yard line. They need a touchdown. Both defenses seem to be pretty gassed. It's been a very defensive game until about midway of the fourth quarter. Either defense is going to have to make one stop. That's how this game's going to end. Just one stop from either defense. Hurts out of the shotgun. Looking to pass. Quick throw to Smith, who's taken down at the 21-yard line. Clock is running. Minute 45 to go. All right, and Hurts gets sacked for a loss of 1. Nothing too exciting there. All right. Second and 11 at the 21. Hurts out of the shotgun. He's looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's rolling to his right. Throws out of bounds. That is incomplete. 48 seconds left to go. Now it's going to be third and long. Third and 11. All right. 48 seconds left in the game. If the Eagles score a touchdown here, it could be game. Most likely would be. All right. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his right. Third and 11. What do we got? Goddard in motion to the left side. The left side is stacked with three receivers. Here comes the pass. Zips it over the middle. Incomplete nearly. That was to Smith. It touched Smith in the hands. It falls out and nearly gets intercepted. So Smith ends up, he jumps up. Oh man. He had both hands on it, but just couldn't. Oh man. Fourth and 11. Season on the line right here. Fourth and 11 at the 21-yard line. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his right. His left, sorry. Oh, we have a timeout. Timeout, Eagles. That is Philly's first timeout. Fourth and 11 at the 21. They need to get to within the 10-yard line and the goal line to get a first down. And you know the Eagles have the tush push. So you do not want them to get within like 3 yards of the goal line. All right, let's see if the Niners defense can do something here. All right, we got fourth and 11. Here we go. Hurts out of the shotgun. Barkley to his left. Two receivers on each side. Brown going out to the right. Looking to pass. Hurts steps forward. Throws it. And it's incomplete. No way. The Niners defense comes up with the stop. Are you kidding me? The Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs, can't even get out of the wild card. Oh man. Are you kidding me? The Niners are in victory formation. They take a knee at the 20. The Eagles are calling a timeout. Just telling my buddies it's going to be the Niners and Seahawks all over again next week. All right, another knee taken down. And the last charge timeout by the Eagles. I don't know why they even bother. That's just like why call the timeouts? There's 36 seconds left, 37 seconds left. He's gonna knee it right here. You're not getting the ball back. The game's over. Your season's over. Wow. You're kidding me. The Niners just pulled off the win here. And the final knee. Wow. What a game. That was such a slow game to start, right? That was just like, that was a slow game to start. And it really picked up there in the end. So I'm happy we stuck with it. So let me do a rundown of the game stats. Brock Purdy, 18 for 31 for 262, two touchdowns, two interceptions, one sack for a loss of 5, rating of 80.3. Jawan Jennings, 1 for 29 yards and a TD, 158.3 rating. Team total of 1932 for 286, three touchdowns, two interceptions, one sack, 5 yards, 94.7 overall rating. All right, Philly passing. Jalen Hurts, 20 for 35 for 168, one touchdown, one sack for a loss of a yard, 79.2 rating. Rushing, McCaffrey, 15 carries for 48. Purdy, 9 carries for 24. Sky Moore, 1 carry for 3. Eagles rushing attack. Barkley, 26 for 106. You got Bigsby, 4 for 19. Hurts, 5 for 14. And Goddard, 1 for a TD. You've got receiving, Demarcus Robinson, 6 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown on 7 targets. McCaffrey receiving, 6 receptions, 8 targets, 66 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Kyle Juszczyk being used like a tight end, man. 4 receptions, 4 targets, 49 yards. Juwan Jennings, 1 reception, 3 targets, 45 yards. Tungus, 1 reception, 3 targets, 14 yards. Kittle, 1 for 2 for 6. And then you have Malik Turner, Luke Farrell, Sky Moore, all 0 receptions for 1 target. All right. Eagles, you have Devontae Smith leading the charge, 8 receptions on 11 targets for 70 yards. Goddard, 4 for 7 for 33 and a TD. Barkley, 3 for 6, 25 yards. A.J. Brown, 3 for 7 for 25. He dropped 3 of those targets, just dropped them. Cooper and Shipley. Cooper's 1 for 9, and Shipley's 1 for 6. And Dotson, 0 for 1. So Purdy, fumble, Sky Moore fumble, no lost fumbles. And Moore was able to recover his own. So those are, let's go over these quick stats. Niners at 361 total yards to Eagles 307, 2 turnovers to none, 20 first downs for the Niners, 19 for the Eagles. The Niners had 1 penalty for 15 yards, while the Eagles had 7 for 48. Third down, Niners were 6 of 11, while Eagles were 5 of 16. And fourth down conversions, 0 for 0 for the Niners and 3 of 5 for the Eagles. Red zone, both teams were 2 for 3. And time of possession, the Eagles led that by over 10 minutes, 35-39, while the Niners had 24-21. So, that ends this wild card game, and what a wild game it is, because the Seahawks were supposed to be playing the Rams next weekend, but with the Niners upset over the Eagles, it is now going to be in the divisional round for the NFC. It is going to be Seattle versus the Niners, Bears versus the Rams. So, it might actually be Seattle versus the Bears in the conference championship, but we got to get through the Niners. We split 1-1 on the season, and the Niners are pretty beaten up. They do have a lot of injuries, and now Kittle, he didn't play last week when we beat them, and he's not playing next week when we hopefully beat them as well. So, thank you to each and every one of you that came out. Go Hawks. This was a crazy game. We wanted the Niners to win. I did not want to play the Rams next week. I feel like that's going to be the conference championship. But to each and every one of you who came in, said hello, I love and appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm going to go put my kids to bed, and then I will probably coming back live to play some Arc Raiders. I will not be doing a play-by-play for the New England Chargers game, but I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you. Much love. Kodiak out. Peace.